Right, we're diving back into the World Series. Dodgers, Yankees, high stakes, game 2, and wow, are we in for some twists and turns.
Absolutely. This series is electric.
I mean, think about it. LA is heading into New York with a 2-0 lead.
2-0 lead, and then
And the Ohtani news.
yeah, Ohtani's injury really throws a wrench into things, doesn't it? The whole landscape of the series feels different now.
It really does. I mean, we're talking about potentially a career-altering injury for Ohtani and a huge shift in momentum for this series.
It's a lot to unpack, for sure.
Absolutely. So before we get into all of that, let's rewind to game 2.
Okay, game 2.
It was a close one, 4-2. Dodgers take the win. But man, that final inning,
Oh, talk about a nail biter.
bases loaded, 2 outs, the tension was unreal.
You could practically cut it with a knife.
And the Dodgers, they held on.
They did. They showed some serious grit and composure under pressure.
Got to give them credit for that. But it wasn't just about holding off the Yankees at the end.
Right. Their offense, I mean, they came out swinging early. Edman, Hernandez, Freeman, all with home runs.
Setting the tone right from the start.
Absolutely. And then there was Yamamoto.
Yamamoto was on fire, 1 run, struck out Judge twice, and the last time he pitched this well, it was, guess what, against the Yankees.
That's right. Earlier this season, same dominance.
Makes you wonder, does he just have their number or something?
He definitely seems to have figured them out. Something about that fastball-slider combo just throws them off.
It's working, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the Dodgers and all the injuries they've been dealing with.
It's been quite a run, hasn't it? Betts, Muncy, Freeman, you name it.
But they keep adapting.
It's impressive. Each time someone goes down, they find a way to plug the hole and keep going.
Okay, now we've got to talk about the Ohtani situation. Stealing second in the 7th, and boom, a partially dislocated shoulder.
Subluxation, they're calling it.
Yeah, subluxation. It just, the mood in the stadium, everyone went silent. You could hear a pin drop.
It was like all the air got sucked out of the place. It was a scary moment, for sure.
Definitely, it puts things into perspective, you know?
No doubt, we get caught up in the excitement of the World Series, but then something like this happens, and you remember, these are real people with real lives.
It makes you think, and right now we're all just waiting on the MRI results, trying to figure out what this means for Ohtani, for the Dodgers, for the rest of the series.
So much hangs in the balance right now.
Absolutely, and we've got a lot to break down. The implications for the Dodgers lineup, Ohtani's future, whether the Yankees can capitalize on this. It's a game changer, no doubt about it.
It's a whole new ballgame. You know, it's crazy because you think about it.
Yeah.
Ohtani gets injured on a stolen base.
Right.
And you don't see as many stolen bases these days as you used to.
It's true. It's like everyone's just trying to hit home runs now.
Home runs, launch angles, all that.
Yeah. So you don't see those risky plays as often.
And maybe that's a good thing, right? I mean, especially for a guy like Ohtani.
Especially for Ohtani. He's so valuable. You don't want him getting hurt on something like that.
Exactly. But it also makes you wonder, is the game losing some of its excitement?
That's a good question. I mean, there's something thrilling about a stolen base, that daring run.
It's a risk. It's a gamble.
But it can pay off big time.
No doubt. And in Ohtani's case, this injury, it could have huge implications for his contract, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's set to be a free agent. And before this, he was looking at a record-breaking deal.
The biggest in baseball history, potentially.
But now...
Now teams are going to be hesitant. They're going to be asking, can he fully recover?
Will he be the same player?
It's a huge risk, even for someone as talented as Ohtani.
And remember, we're talking about a guy who's basically 2 elite players in one.
Yeah, he's a top pure pitcher and a hitter.
There's no one else like him in the league.
He's a unicorn. That's what makes this so complicated. If he were just a pitcher or just a hitter, the impact would be big, but not like this.
Okay, so let's play a little game of what if.
All right, I like it.
Best case scenario for Ohtani.
Best case, the MRI shows it's minor.
Okay.
Something he can rehab quickly. He misses the rest of the World Series.
Right.
But he's back by spring training, ready to go, no lingering effects.
And worst case.
Worst case, this injury, it lingers, it affects his pitching, his hitting, and we're talking about a serious shoulder injury
Yeah.
that can be devastating for a pitcher. And even if he recovers enough to hit,
Will he ever be the same?
it's a big unknown.
Man, this World Series, it's like a drama unfolding in real time.
You've got the rivalry, the back and forth on the field, and now this uncertainty hanging over everything.
It was a roller coaster.
It reminds you that sports, it's not just about the games, it's about the human stories.
Absolutely. And speaking of stories, the Yankees, they're hoping to write their own comeback story
Down to, oh, but now they're heading back home.
to the Bronx.
The Bronx Bombers in the Bronx.
They'll be looking to feed off that energy.
The home field advantage, it's real.
Plus, they've done it before. They've come back from deficits like this,
They're a team that never gives up.
and they've got the talent. Their pitching staff is solid.
They can shut down even a team like the Dodgers.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Dodgers adjust their lineup without Ohtani.
Yeah, will they shuffle things around? Will the Yankees be able to exploit any weaknesses?
And remember how we were talking about Yamamoto?
Yeah.
Seems like he's got the Yankees figured out.
Well, guess who's lined up to pitch if the series goes to 6 games?
Yamamoto.
That could be the deciding factor for the Dodgers.
Or it could be the Yankees' chance to finally break through against him.
The stakes are so high.
This series is far from over. Every at-bat, every pitch, it all matters now.
It's going to be a battle to the finish. I can't wait to see how it all plays out.
It's crazy to think about all the fans out there right now just on the edge of their seats.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially Dodgers fans, so close to a championship. But then this Ohtani thing, it's got to be nerve-wracking.
Talk about a mixed bag of emotions, right? Like excitement, anxiety, everything all at once.
Yeah, you're 2 wins away, but then your star player goes down. It's a tough spot to be in.
And for Yankees fans, well, they're probably clinging to that little bit of hope.
Yeah, down to, oh, but Ohtani's out. Maybe this is their chance. Maybe they can turn things around.
That's the beauty of sports, right? You just never know.
It's the unpredictability, the drama, the human element.
In this series, it's a perfect example. It's got the history, the rivalry, the unexpected twists, and now this whole Ohtani situation. It's bigger than just the game.
It really puts things into perspective. You know, we get caught up in the wins and losses.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a game. And for these players, their health, their careers, those are the things that matter most.
It's about the journey, not just the destination. And this World Series journey, it's not over yet.
No, not by a long shot. We've got potentially 3 more games. Anything can happen.
The Dodgers might be in the lead, but the Yankees, they've got that fight in them.
They're not going down without a fight, that's for sure, especially with that home crowd behind them.
And even without Ohtani, the Dodgers have shown they can adapt. They've got a deep
They're
roster.
experienced players, a manager who knows how to make adjustments. They're not out of it by any means.
This is where the strategy really comes in, those in-game decisions. They can make or break a team.
Every move counts now, every substitution, every pitch, it's all magnified.
So what are we looking at here? We've got a World Series on the line, the Dodgers trying to close it out, the Yankees fighting for their lives.
And looming over it all, the Ohtani question mark, it's a reminder that there are bigger things at play here than just the game itself.
This deep dive, it's taken us through some incredible highs and lows, and it's not over yet.
No, there's still so much to see, so much to unpack.
We'll be here every step of the way, breaking it all down, analyzing the plays, the decisions, the drama.
This World Series, it's one for the history books.
So stay tuned, because this ride, it's far from over.